Good evening, yarnies, dirty hookers, and fiber fiends. How are we this evening? I'm doing pretty good. Um, Getting everything all together, getting everything set up. I'm still working final touches on the Maryland stream that is coming up on Sunday. So next Sunday will be our next monthly Maryland themed stream. In addition to that, I'll catch up with chat in 1 second. In addition to that, I'm gonna this right here. April 1st, I'm gonna remind everybody that I'm gonna be part of the Traveling Tatters International Tatting Day Raid Train. 12 of us, amazing. Well, 11. I'm not counting myself, but 11 amazing streamers, including and then in addition to it, myself. We're gonna be tatting all day. So starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, running until 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to raid out from one streamer to the next. It's going to start with Mass Bandit, and then Mass Bandit will raid into me, and then I will raid into Inventor Evan, and then so on and so on and so on, all through the day. All different types of tatters, shuttle tatters, needle tatters, crow tatting, all skill levels, advanced, beginner, intermediate, you name it. So it's going to be a fun day of tatting. So I'm really excited. I'm getting things together, have an idea what I'm going to be doing. So tune in for that. Let me catch up with chat real quick. Thank you for the lurk, Spy Guy. Welcome in. Hey there, Catatonic Divas. I'm assuming that's your new name. I'm assuming that used to be it's Zodiac Zero, because I know Catatonic Divas is the name of your Instagram and TikTok in your shop. I think so. Hey there, just a curious brain cell. Yes. The reason why that was hidden is because the other day when I streamed, I started and somebody redeemed first. I don't remember who it was, but then I remembered I had to fix something, so I had to shut the stream off and bring it up again. And I didn't want. It was within like a certain, like only within like 2 or 3 minutes, and I didn't want to have multiple people redeeming first, and I forgot to re-enable it. So, you're first. Welcome in, Sue, and you're lurking. Alrighty, thank you for the lurk. Mickey says I'm here, but I have to go take a test. Been putting it up. All right, yes, go take your test. Thank you for the hydrate. I need to actually get more. Oh, look at that. I'm drinking an invisible beverage. Well, wouldn't that be water? No, this is iced tea. So thank you for that. Hey there, Grammy. Yes, we changed the name because you've reached affiliate. All right, okay. We all need to stop. Hold up. We need to give a major shout out to Catatonic Divas. They are now affiliate, and that has been my push since meeting them the other week. Is try to get them to be affiliate. Congratulations! It's just going to grow and grow and grow from now on. If you need any help, again, I know you're working with an iPad, but if you do get a PC, if you need help with any of the other stuff, the extra little fun things and all, feel free to reach out to me when you get to that point. So yes, yay! I think I'm not tooting my own horn, but I think introducing you to the Moco community additionally helped you with that. Plus, you guys are a great stream. I enjoy hanging out in your streams and all the very cool, interesting color combinations and things that you have made. I've only ever seen you make that one hoodie, but I've seen pictures of your other work. So congratulations. So for that, we need to do this. If you're not following Catatonic Divas, go and give them a follow. Great people. Just using a zero account because it had set up for 2 years ago. Yes, but just both of us wanted to reflect that more. Of course, yeah, that actually that kind of does make sense. You're welcome. You're very very welcome. Let me catch up with chat. Hey there, Black Rose. Welcome in. Mickey's not feeling the energy to take this test. Probably 60 questions and it's a headache. I'm sorry. Hopefully, you can power through it and then do well with it, and then it's behind you. All right, let me catch up. Hey there, MS Creates. Thank you for the lurk. Again, if you're not following MS Creates, go and follow them. Follow Mickey. Follow everybody in here, even if they don't stream. I don't think Black Rose streams. Do you stream? Sue doesn't stream. Just a curious brain cell. Do you stream? I know Spy Guy streams. Grammy doesn't stream, but follow everybody. Hey there, Bray. Uh, Welcome in, Bray and Papa. If you are not following Bray Crochet and Papa Be Fun, go and follow them too. Pix got us the last 9 followers yesterday. The community's been so kind. Yes. Yes. Pix Stitch. When I was lurking in your stream last night, and because I lurk in a lot of people's streams, I can't watch everybody at the same time. So I'm lurking and I'm doing stuff even though I don't. If I'm not streaming like last night, I'm working on other things. And I looked up and I noticed that you weren't streaming anymore, but Pix was, and I'm like, I wasn't lurking in Pix's, and I realized that you raided into Pix. That's a great stream to raid into. I know you raided to him because when we raided into Krusty's stream the previous night, Pix was given subs out to everybody. Yes, Pix Stitch is a great channel. Great bean, and again another Moco Loco, and he is one of the channels that's definitely gonna help boost everyone else's channel. Same thing with me. It's a Moco, so of course that's what we do. But you could tell the difference between my stream and his stream. His is a lot more chaotic than mine, but to each their own. But yes, you got 9 extra followers. Very, very good. Let me check here. Just a curious brain cell was more of a watcher. That's fine. That's nothing wrong with it. You can still follow everybody. I think that's all I was gonna mention is we got the Maryland stream this Sunday. And then the raid train is on April 1st. That's a Monday. My portion, again, is at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So it's a morning stream. I normally don't stream on Mondays, but it'll be a Monday stream. Additionally, the other thing I wanted to mention, while I'm remembering, let me see if I can find this. Come on. The week of April 8th through, is that the 12th? 13th? I know it's April 8th. 8th through 12th, it's a Monday through Friday. On the Moco Made channel, let's shout them out since we were talking about Mocos. There's going to be a clip. If you're not following the Mocos, that is the Moco Made channel. That's Derek and Devin. They're siblings. They are the team leaders of the stream team I'm on. That me and Pix and Krusty and Tatter and whole bunch of us on their stream. Oh, thank you for the sub, Teresa. I appreciate that. Wow. Thank you. On the Moco Maids stream, like I said, the 8th through the 12th, all week long, they stream noon Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern, a little after 6 they go to. They're doing their third annual Big PP Energy Party. This is going to be my first year participating in it. This is a celebration of all art and all makers. So they're going to focus on everybody that's participating in this. Um, they're going to they're going to not just say, hey, look, this is what this person did, but going into a deep dive of everybody participating. I am putting two things up for the giveaway. There's going to be giveaways all week long. I got two doily pieces that I've done on stream previously. They're going to be in the giveaways. You can possibly win something. So I'm excited. I've never participated. Actually, last year I didn't even know of the Mocos. I knew the logo, but I didn't know what that meant. So if you're around April 8th through the 12th, starting at 12 p.m. each day, it's noon Eastern time in their channel. There's going to be some chaos, but a lot of interesting, very cool, very creative art. So I'm very excited for that. Is that under the table magnet soccer? Yes, I think that might have been for what the Mocos were playing. I'm not exactly certain. They play games, physical games, video games, online games. They do all different type of things besides crafting and making. They have their own website where they make custom pieces, and they also shart. Shart means sharing art. Alrighty, let's get that out of the way. Oh, and if anybody is interested, what I will be giving away, let's switch this over here. Oh, I gotta adjust my camera. I'm going to be giving away, there's two opportunities, two things. I'm going to be giving away this doily pattern, this small one, and then this large one. They're both patterns from the 30s. I made these this year, so they're not actual vintage pieces. The patterns are vintage, since I really like the vintage crochet. I like all crochet, but especially the vintage. So these are the two giveaway items that will be in the Mocos Big PP Energy Party, the third annual. All right. Update. Dinner's ready, so I'm going to go eat and chill in here and then go take your test. Okay. We will be here. I rearranged slightly my setup because I had to get everything in position. So it looks a little different than what I'm used to, but that's fine. Ooh, spaghetti. Yum, 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 yum. Eat some spaghetti for me. So this is Teaching Tuesday. If anybody is crocheting along with me, this pattern is in my Discord in the pattern section. This is a free pattern from Natasia.com. Natasia has a YouTube channel, there has a website, lots of cool, interesting patterns. This is the flower stitch pattern, and it looks like a row of flowers. So I came across, let me bring the music back actually. It looks like a row of flowers. I came across this last summer. Last summer we did a similar stitch, the ice cream cone stitch. Which I don't know if that was Natasia. No, that was actually the Crochet Crowd. But it looks similar to this. But, that's what we're going to do. You forgot you wanted to do this? That's okay, Mickey. The pattern is in the Discord. And exclamation point flower stitch will get you the link for this. Love the colors. Yes, this is what I had on hand. You can mix it all up, so each row could be a different color. If you're really good at changing colors, you can do each one next to it. You can alternate colors. Need a pillow cover? Yes, this would look really good if you had a pillow that had some like woven fabric, like solid, like actual yardage, and then because it's see-through, and then this over top. That would be really, really cute. And you can change up your colors all that you want. You don't have to use the white. You can obviously custom color it. This is a 4-row repeat once we get started, so it looks more difficult than it is. So if anybody is ready, and if you're going to crochet along, I would recommend at least 3 colors. You can always have more for the blossoms. I'm going to use white to start off with, and we are going to zoom on in. What is everybody working on? How is everybody doing? Let me get some of this yarn out. And this is some really, really crappy yarn. I don't know where I got it from. I don't like it, but it's great for my demos. This is very thin and splitty, and it's old. But I got it, so I'm going to use it. So the repeat for this is a multiple of 3 plus 1. So real simple. Whatever multiple of 3 you want, make that link and then add 1 more. So I'm going to do a multiple of, let's do 21. 21 sounds like a good number. And you're going to do that many chains. Okay. 21. Going to use a pink, red, and white variegated for the flower. Yes. For a rose garden, but that would actually be amazing. You gonna try to follow along? Okay, again, if I'm going too fast, I tend to crochet fast. And sometimes I get ahead of everybody. There is a redeem. You can either just say, hey, slow down, or there's a redeem for, what did I call it? Slow it down? Slow something. Yeah, slow it down. So at any time, feel free to yell at me. So my multiple is 21, and then add 1 more. And again, you don't have to make your sample this long. You can make it longer. Again, whatever your multiple is. Let me get something to drink, because I am going to be running my mouth as usual. So after you get your chain, your multiple of 3 plus an additional 1, you're going to skip your first chain, and you're going to do single crochet in all the other chains. So you're just doing a row of singles. I've got 22 chains, skipping the first, and I'm just going to do a single into each stitch. And if I need to zoom in the camera more, let me know that too. I haven't heard this song in forever. It takes me forever to go into a chain. I hate working into a chain. Everybody knows that. Everybody who's been here for a while. It's the worst part of crochet for me. It's even worse than a puff stitch. That's why I'm not a big fan of picots, because you usually have to do a slip stitch into a chain. But there's no picots in this pattern. No picots. There are puff stitches. I did 22 for the chain, because it's a multiple of 3, and then I added 1. So my multiple was 21, because 7 times 3 is 21, and then I added 1 more. Again, you can make this as wide as you want. This would be a really cute edging. Just do this part here, an edging on the bottom of a blanket, or the top of a blanket. I don't know how you would go around the side. You can kind of play around with it. Actually, no, that wouldn't be too bad to go around a corner. You'd have to figure out the math. So that would even make a really cute border. You could see this, like the whole thing could be a blanket, um, a scarf, even though it's wintry and flowers, but hey, why not? Uh, is it just singles right now? Yes. You chain mine to 39 plus one. I space, yeah, yes, yes. That's all you need to do is that first row is all singles. So if you did 39 plus one, you're going to skip the first chain and do singles in every stitch. You're going to have 39 single crochets. I just have to have 21. And I think this sample here was 39 plus one. So technically it was 40 chains. So your sample is going to be as wide as mine, as my sample. I'm just going to make a shorter one. And I can wait until everybody catches up because I know not everybody crochets as fast as I do. But yeah, it's just one row of single crochet, just like when you are first learning the basics. So that row is super, super easy for us that know how to crochet. I'm not saying it's easy for everybody. And yes, my work twists, but it will untwist as we go. Check this. I have to get more drink when we go to our ad break. Wow. Hi, Gary. Get it out of your system because this is the perfect time to get it out of your system. I laugh every time. God. And I was just saying that my stream doesn't have that much chaos. You won't mention any names, so I was notified you were streaming, just saying. Well, Twitch should notify you. How about she's having, yes. Hey, Witchy Weaver. Mickey can't decide if I want pink or red flowers. Why not both? It's your garden. You can grow whatever you want. All right. So if everybody has made the first row, hey, Blue Raven. I'm pretty good, Blue. How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, one row red, one row pink. Yeah. I mean, gardens aren't always all one color. You can. Okay, so to recap, we chained a multiple of 3 plus 1. In my case, I have 22 chains. And then I skip the first chain and single crocheted into the rest. So in a normal row of single crochet. If you've got that done, for the second row, you're going to chain 1, turn, or if you turn, then chain 1, whatever works for you. And you're going to do one more row of single crochet. So you should have that same number of single crochets from row 1 on row 2. Why do I want to say round? On row 2. So it's just 2 rows of single. And then when you get to the very last stitch, we're going to change color. You're good? Very cool. And again, you can use whatever yarn and whatever size hook that you want. This is just a swatch. We're not worried about gauge with this. If you're going to make this into a specific pattern and gauge is important, then do a gauge swatch. Even though we hate that math, but crochet is based on math. Math, not meth. Hey, Sam. Yep, no riveting yet. Unless the frog wants to hop around our flowers. And remember to do your last stitch, but before you finish off your last stitch, we're going to switch colors. And how are you, Sam? Thank you for the fingy stretches. I just started, but it's always good to do fingy stretches. And wrists. And thank you for the hydrate, even though I'm low on hydration material. Hydration material. Yes, I said hydration material. Don't mind your host. He's a little weird. All right. So that row, finish making dinner. Yum. Yeah, I don't know what we're having. We're probably just basically leftovers or everyone fend for themselves. You're going to be doing a lot of rows that are like this, just single crochets. In my sample, anywhere that you see white, it's well, not the outer edge, but in here, in the middle, it's just 2 rows of single crochets. So a lot of basic stuff. Apparently 5mm too big for the yarn I'm using because it's got some holes. Okay, well, go down a size or two. Okay, so when you get to the end there, your very last stitch, there's different ways of changing color. Do it however works for you. I'm just going to show you my way of changing color. It's just the way I like doing it. There's no right or wrong way. So I'm in my last stitch, and before I do my last yarn over, which single crochet there's only one yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And this is the same thing I would do with any other stitches, if it's a double crochet, half double, triple, whatever. Do the stitch until you get to your very last yarn over and pull through 2. I'm going to get my second color. I'm going to put the tail over the hook, and I'm going to pull that. That's going to be my yarn over, pull through, and that is how I'm going to finish off that stitch. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to clip my white yarn, leave a tail, and then we've got, oh, I didn't pull through, my white yarn splits, so it didn't pull all the way. All right, so I finished off that stitch with my green color. This is the leaf color. Again, however you want to change colors is fine. If you want to tie a knot, your tails together, that's fine. If not, I'm going to stitch over my tails. So, not right, not wrong. So after you have changed your color, you're going to chain up 3 and turn. Or if you turn and chain 3, that's fine too. Again, not right, not wrong. Okay, I'm going to pull my tails to the back because I'm going to stitch. I try to crochet over my tails. So that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to double check something. Okay. So not the stitch that chain 3 is coming out of, but the very next one. So not the very first one. Woohoo! Crafting Sam's on a 3-stream streak. So not the stitch that the double the chain 3 is coming out of. The very next one, we're going to do a V stitch. So a V stitch is, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, and into that same stitch, another double crochet. So let me point this out. This starting on the edge is kind of important. It threw me off the first time I did it. I didn't end up right. I was thinking to myself, did I mess up? So that first stitch, that first single crochet, we're going to skip. That is where this chain 3 is coming out of. Skip that. Oh, you missed what happened after the color change? Okay, that's fine. Again, if I'm going too fast, so I can easily repeat that. Again, that's the beauty thing about crochet. The beautiful thing about crochet. What do I always say, everybody? I'll wait for everybody to text. Should make that a redeem. What I always say is it's not permanent. You can always... Oh, yes, ribbit. Yes, that too. All right, so we have changed our color, and now we're going to chain 3. So, thank you, Bray. So after we've changed our color, we're going to chain 3 and turn. Or if you turn and then chain 3, that's perfectly fine. So we have chained 3. And now we're going to do a V-stitch, not in that first. Hey there, Lovecraftiness. Welcome in. We're not going to go into this very first single crochet. We're going to go into the very next one. So mid-stitch and then couldn't type fast. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make that a redeem. Even if it's just text on the screen or something, we're gonna have to make that a redeem. So we're not gonna go into this very first stitch, we're gonna go into the next one. And we're gonna do a V-stitch. So that's a double crochet, chain one, and double crochet in that same stitch. I think it's the first time I follow on Teaching Tuesdays. You love it? Well, thank you. That's kind of why I do it, is for people to enjoy it. So I'm going to recap what I just did. We changed colors, we chained up 3, and we turned. And we're going to skip that first stitch here, where the chain 3 is coming out of. We skip that, and in the very next one, do a V-stitch, which is double, chain 1, double. And that forms a V. After you do your V-stitch, you're going to skip 2 stitches. Hey JP, how are you? Welcome in. You're not too late to start doing this. The flower stitch. I'm pretty good. If you wanted to hop on in, get 3 colors of yarn and chain up a multiple of 3 plus 1, and then you're going to do 2 rows of single crochet. So I did 21, that's my multiple, plus 1, that's 22, and then I did 2 rows of single, so there's 21 stitches in each row. Hey there, Action Act, welcome in. Yes, come learn with us. I can hold off. Because we're just really getting started. Like I said, it's a multiple. Your chain is a multiple of 3 plus 1. Even if you do 12 stitches as your multiple plus 1, it doesn't have to be this long. So, multiple of 3 plus 1. And if I'm confusing everybody with recapping all of this, I am so sorry. So, you do your multiple of 3 plus 1, and then you just do your 2 rows of single crochet. So each row will have that multiple of 3. And then if anybody is trying to catch up, then I can always go back and redo the color change. Okay. Yes. That's not a problem at all. Because I love teaching and I love showing new stitches, decorative stitches to everybody. And it gives yes, a chain, a multiple of 3 plus 1. Yes, this is very perfect for Easter, for all the spring. Yes, it kind of looks like a tulip or a rose. I'm thinking more of a tulip, especially with the V, because tulips usually have leaves that are shaped like that. Convinced I'll take my test later. Been doing school all day. Okay, just hope it's not past the deadline. There are so many offs and stitches. Do you crochet love craftiness? You've got till midnight. Okay. Okay, you've chained. So if you've chained, you're going to skip the first stitch and then do single crochets in all your chains. So it's 1 row of single, and then the next row do the same thing. Chain 1, and then, yes. Thank you, Catatonic Divas. Yes. 2 rows of singles. That's the very first 2 rows. And Action Act is on a 3-stream streak. Woohoo! Oh, and JP, if you're not following Catatonic Divas and Catatonic Divas, if you're not following JP, you should follow each other. both of you have really, really great streams. And Catatonic Demons just got affiliate. So I'm all excited for that. The way does the color change exactly how you do it too. Yep. Love the difficult stitches. Crocodile's your favorite. Yes, I like the crocodile stitch. We did that sometime last spring. Yeah, I want to say last April. Doing a bobble for your dog sweater. Very nice. Very cool. If you've got pictures, links are opened. Are open. Also, I have a Discord, so you can pop pictures and into the Discord and share. We love seeing what people have done. I think we crocheters are programmed the same. Oh, I don't know. I don't think y'all want to be programmed like me. Thank you, Blue, for popping up the Discord. All right. So I'm gonna wait till JP catches up with us. And if you want me to show you how I do the color change, I can. Because it's right here. So it's not like I gotta frog everything out. And it's a good review for somebody who doesn't know how to do this type of color change. And if anybody posts in the Discord, when we get back from our first ad break, we will do our shares. We'll go over and see what we have over there. Sunday the 16th of June, 6:30 p.m. UK, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thank you, Mickey. Yeah, 16th, the 16th of June. Blue Raven, myself, and Mickey are going to be playing Phasmophobia. There's one spot left, so if anybody's interested, DM Blue Raven on Discord. You can find him in my Discord channel. When you finish the second row, chain one. No. When you finish the second row, I'll show you what you're gonna do. Let's start this off again. Let's do this again. All right. So, hold on. I got crappy splitty yarn. Okay. So when you're at the end of your second row, before you finish off, we're going to change colors now. So go in, pull up a loop, 2 loops on the hook. I'm going to grab my leaf color and then pull the leaf color through those 2 loops, and you've changed colors. That's how I do it. There's other ways of doing it. So however you feel that you want to change colors. Once you do that, you're going to chain up 3 and turn, or if you turn and chain 3, however. You want 3 chains with that leaf color. And that is going to count as a double crochet. I crochet over my tails, or I try to crochet over my tails. Alright, so if we've got that, not this first stitch, but the second stitch, we're going to do a V-stitch. So in that second stitch, do a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet in that second stitch. So your chain 3 counts as a double. Hopefully everybody can see this. That counts as a double, and then our V-stitch is in the very next stitch. Not the one that the chain 3 is coming out of, but the one next to it gets a double, chain 1, double. That's a V-stitch. Okay, so you're caught up? Alright, so for the rest of this row, oh no, you're fine. You're perfectly fine. The rest of this row, you're going to skip 2, and in the third one, do a V-stitch. So I'm going to skip 2, In the third one, do a double, chain one, and a double. Okay, now we're going to skip two, and in the third one, we're going to do a double, chain one, and a double. So that is what we're going to do to the very end. So I've stitched over my tails, so I don't have to worry about them. So we're going to skip two, and in the third one, do a double, chain one, double. Again, if I'm going too fast, let me know. There's no chains in between the V's. So you got a V stitch and a... Why is this? That track must have something wrong with it. It was cutting out. Anyway, so you have your V. You don't do a chain in between the V's. It's just the middle of the actual V. So there's no V's between two chains. There's no chains between two V's. Hey, El Barnett, welcome in. How are you? When you get to the end, when you get to this point, you'll have 4 stitches. So when you have 4 stitches, you're going to skip the first 2, and then the third one, you're going to do a V-stitch. Getting ready to start dinner. Yeah, everybody's doing dinner. So again, when you have four stitches at the end of your row, skip the first 2. In the third one, do a V-stitch, and you'll have 1 stitch at the very end. At that very end stitch, you're going to put in just a single double crochet. We haven't yet. Actually, I did have like a late lunch. Thank you for that. That is Granny Karen Cakes Moreno. She will be on the second half of my stream on Thursday. So stay tuned for that. If you have not met Granny Karen Cakes, um, she's something else. She's something. Um, yeah, we haven't had. I haven't had anything yet. I did have kind of like a late lunch, early dinner. I did have some um, leftover pepperoni Mediterranean Italian kind of pasta salad, which is amazing. I love a cold pasta salad. And then before that, I did have some leftover shrimp creole, which was really good. Uh, Favorite dinner tonight, Grammy? Yes, leftovers. Uh, I don't know, I don't know if Granny enjoys the chaos. Making breakfast for dinner. Oh, I love breakfast for dinner. Gonna do like a breakfast scramble type deal: sausage, pepper, eggs, potatoes, cheese. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm on my way over. Onion bread. Oh yes, with onion bread. Ooh, I love onion bread. All right, where was I? So when you get to the end of the row, you should have 1 stitch left. You're gonna put in a double crochet, and I made a mistake. I'm not gonna finish off the double crochet with the green, so I'm gonna yarn over, pull through 2, and I still have, feel like the spaces where I skipped 2 are turning ugly. That's gonna come with time and tension and all, but keep going at it. Just keep going at it. When we add the rest of the rows, it hopefully it'll look better. But yeah, if you're skipping 2 spaces, the angle of the V stitches should form like little triangles in the negative space. What is onion bread? You've never had onion bread? Oh, onion bread is so good. It's bread that's flavored with onion, but it's not like super strong. It adds a nice sweetness to it, and nice onion flavor to it. What's really good, and this has nothing to do with the stitching, onion bread sandwich rolls, like Kaiser rolls, a hamburger on one of those. Yeah. Anyway, um, but yes, thank you, Blue GPT. Catatonic Divas. Yeah, just keep practicing with it. I know a lot of stitches when I first do them, sometimes they come out ugly, but again, it's just like with any crochet, it's just going to take some practice. But if you are skipping two, and then the third one do a V, skip two, you should be good. But again, don't put a chain in between your V's. The center of your V should have a chain, but in between each separate V should be no chain. So that might, I don't know if that's what you're doing. That's going to make it look a little weird. And we're going to have an ad. It's a perfect time for an ad because we're at the end of a row. When we get back from the ad break, we'll do Discord. And if anybody needs a little extra help with this row we just did, I'll be glad to frog this out and redo that. So everybody do some self-care. I need to get more iced tea. And we will be back in about 3 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody did some self care. I sure did. Let me check this. Weeba? Oh, welcome back. How many changes did you all? Oh, okay. I guess you were asking everybody else. Um, yeah, I did 22. We're gonna do some what do you call them? Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna do some Discord shares. There's a lot of stuff in the disc. Well, not a lot, but there's quite a few. Oh wow. Okay. I just saw something. Okay, let's do some Discord shares, and we will get right back to the flower stitch. This is from Lovecrafty. My latest finished project. This is super amazing. That is so stinking cool. Very Halloweeny. It's kind of gonna go along the same lines as the eyeball commission piece that I'm doing. Um, Actually, they would probably work together interchangeably if they were the same size. Um, yeah, that is very cool. You did a great job. Thank you for that. Is this for you? Is this a gift? Is this a commission? Gift to a friend. Very cool. Let's see what else we have. Made these towels and working on this idea for our dog sweater. All okay. When I see this, it reminds me of something, and I'm not a really big fan of it, but I know of it. This kind of reminds me of a Dalek from Doctor Who. I don't know if that's what it's. Oh, it's supposed to be crayons. Oh, you see crayons? Okay. Oh, they're Daleks. Okay. I have some members in my community, at least three that I can think of, and they all stream. That the Traveling Tatter, that Spy Guy 86, and Yadarika, all three of them are Doctor Who fans. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna have to tag them in this, so they will love this. Very cute. Again, I don't. Oh, Bray is also a Doctor Who fan. I'm not a Doctor Who fan, but I know what a Dalek looks like. So very cool. Yeah, they're gonna go. I have a doggo or Argentino, and he is white. Is that from Doctor Who? I know. I know very little of it. Very little. Um, Alrighty, and then what do we have here? We got something from JP. JP also streams. Um, Very nice looking granny squares. I recognize these colors. These are leftover yarn from a Hexy sweater that JP has made. I recognize those colors. Oh no, my dog is a doggo. Thank you for the follow, Rose Crow. Oh no, my dog is a dogo. Oh, it's a large breed dog. Oh, okay, gotcha. Um, the one time I watched Doctor Who episode, I thought the Daleks were saying garlic. I guess. Um, yes, this is some granny squares, some flower granny squares from JP. Very cool. And then from Witchy Weaver, I don't know if you can tell by the picture, but the caption says the stack of peen bags are done. Yes, these are crocheted male genitalia. Yeah, that's a thing. Isn't this to put like plastic grocery bags in? Like one of those we have one made out of like cotton fabric. We call it a bag. I call it a bag because it's a bag that holds bags. Or A sack sack. Well, no, let's not talk about sack sack. That's something else in this case. All right, so thank you for everybody who shared some things. Um, how many here are here? Which Weaver? Is that four, five? Yeah, the blue. Yeah, I don't want to put a sticker on a finished one again. If they want to see, yes, yes. If you want, you can scroll up. Actually, you know what? We'll scroll up right now since I have this right here. Where here it is. Here we go. There's that one, and there's that one. Yeah, I mean it is 18 plus here, so thank you very very much for everybody that has shared on in the Discord. If you still want to share things, feel free to do that at any time during stream or even after stream. If I'm on tonight, let me know because I'm not always paying attention over there. All right, back to the flowers. If anybody needs me to recap or to redo this row, um, I'll be happy to do that. If anybody is having issues with that row, you can recap, walk you through it. Not actually, I mean, I can always take it out, but I'm going to show you real quick. So I chained up 3 and turned. Skip that first stitch. In the next stitch, do a V stitch, which is double, chain 1, double. Skip 2, and then the third V stitch. Skip 2, in the third V stitch. Do that all the way to the end of your row. And when you get to the very end, you will do a V stitch, and there should be 1 stitch left. In that last stitch should be a double crochet. Only issue I'm having is trying to get a few items for later this year. Oh, well, I can't help you with that. I mean, if I can like frog it out and get you the items, then I'm being funny. So that is row number 3. Again, if you want me to work to redo any of this to walk you through it, I can. If not, we can move on to the next row. I will get a hydrate. You worked ahead. Hey, that's fine. You try to be teacher's pet. All right. At the end of this row, we're going to change colors. So anytime I change colors, I don't finish off the stitch completely. That last yarn over and pull through 2 um, will be with the new color. Do I get gold yarn now instead of gold sart? No. I'm not saying that what that is just yet, but I'll give you 2 words which might help, may or may not. Project Wood. Are you going to get into pyrography? All right. Oops. I just threw my yarn. Now is the time to get your first, whatever color you're going to have for your flowers. And I'm going to use that flower color as my yarn over and pull through to finish off that double crochet. So that is how I change colors usually. And I'm going to cut my green. So I don't need the green. I mean, if you want, you can carry some of these over up the side, but it's not always going to work out. You might end up having the color that you need is on the other end, so you're going to have to cut it anyway. So I would just recommend just doing it this way and weave in or work over your tails. All right, so if we have changed color to whatever color you're going to have your blossoms. Hey there, Krusty. Welcome in. Uh, we're dirty as usual. And, well, I can't speak for everyone else, but dirty, tight, and fast. If you're not following Krusty Customs, go and follow him. We raided into him the other night, and great bean. Um, oh, Krusty. When we raided in, um, the one user that was in the actually wait, yeah, dirty, tight, and fast. I'll have to use that on the wife. Don't tell her where you got it from. When we raided in the other night, and it's Zodiac Zero it was in there, and they were a relatively small streamer. While Pix was giving out all of those subs and everything, and was hyping them up. Well, they raided into Pix's stream last night, and they are now affiliate, and their new name now is Catatonic Divas. So we have a new affiliate amongst us. All thanks to us Mocos. Let me get some more drinky drink. I haven't heard this song in years. All right. We have changed our color, and after you change the color, you're going to chain up 3 and turn. So that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. And now, it was Chaos Sunday night. I was so baked. When isn't your stream chaos? Which is good. It's a good chaos. I could tell you were a little baked. So we chained 3 and turned. Now we're going to work in that chain 1 space in the middle of our V stitch. And you're going to do a puff stitch. So if you have problems with puff stitches, I'm going to walk you through it real slow. Thank you, Krusty. I love seeing your metal and woodwork. Yes, Krusty does amazing work. Can I get a shout out for Krusty Customs? Let me just double check this. So I've chained up 3 and I've turned. We're going to do a puff stitch into the middle of this V. Yeah, I still have to go back through and see who streams out of all those follows. Yes. Um, Let me give you a shout out. All right, Action. You have a good sleep. That was actually from Sunday night when we when I rated it. I think. Um, so yeah, go and follow Krusty. Great art that's over there. Great craftsmanship, I should say. All right, so we've chained up 3, and we're going to do a puff stitch into the center of our V stitch. So a puff stitch is, we're going to yarn over, and you might want to leave a little bit of an extra slack on your first loop. You don't want it super tight. You want it to be a little loose. This is the time you want to be loose. And so I've loosened up, yarned over, and I have a problem with loosening up. Heyo. Um, go into the space. You don't go into the chain. You go into the space, bring up a loop, and loosen up. And then yarn over through 2. Okay? So that is a unfinished double crochet. You're going to do that 2 more times. So yarn over, go in, bring up a loop, loosen up, yarn over through 2. And now you have 3 loops on the hook. And now you're going to yarn over, go in, bring it up, keep it loose, yarn over through 2, and now you should have 4 loops on the hook. And now you're going to yarn over through all of that. That is a puff stitch. You need me to go over that again? And I did crochet over my tails. So that is our puff stitch. That is our first blossom. And now we're going to chain 2. And then in the next V-stitch, do another puff stitch. Because I did that one very loose. That one's a little snugger, more snug. So you do a puff stitch, chain 2, you go into the next V-stitch, and do a puff. I think that's, yeah, that's a puff. My brain is like, oh, and wait, is that? No, we're good. So you do that for each of your V-stitches. Puff, chain stitch. You've never chained between the puffs before? It's always a first time. But yes, you're going to need that. It's going to have the spacing. Because if you don't, your puffs are all going to be together, and you're not going to have the right amount of stitches for the next row. So yeah, those 2 chains actually are important. When you get to your last flower, you're going to do the puff into, you're going to make the puff as normal, if I can. When you get to the very last one, you make the puff. Then into that double crochet at the end there, you're just going to put a double crochet. There'll be no chains after that last puff. Same thing at the very beginning. You had your double crochet, your chain up 3. That counts as a double. There's no chains between that double and your first puff. So it's the same thing at the end here. Oh, and Nightbot is reminding everybody that submissions are still open for the Donkey Song collab. If anybody is interested in that, that link will get you all of the info if you also want to be a part of the chaos here and act like a fool. So that is row number 4. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when you're here at the end of this row, that very last stitch, you're going to change your color back to the white, or whatever you use for your single crochets. I'm going to cut my pink. If I'm confusing everybody, please let me know, because I don't want that to happen. So I've joined the new color, and I'm chaining 1 and turning. And when you turn, you're going to put a single crochet in that very first stitch. You're going to put a single crochet in the top of the puff. And in that chain 2 space here, you're going to put 2 single crochets. And if it helps on this row, if you remember how many you did for your chain, I did 21. You should have 21 stitches on this row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to count in my head. So you're going to do a puff, a single crochet in the top of the puff, and then in the chain 2 space, 2 singles. Just double check. Repeat this row again? Okay. I'll rip it all out. So you've got your puffs. You've got your flowers, right? Okay. So you got your flowers. Your last stitch, you're going to switch your color to your white or whatever you used for your first 2 rows. In my case, it's white. So it's the same color. It's basically the stripe. So you're going to change your color, chain 1, and turn. And I'm not going to worry about my tails right now. So you chain 1 and turn, and into that first double crochet that's right here, you're going to put in a single. So a single goes in that first stitch. After you do that, the top of your puff, you're going to do a single. And in this chain 2 space between your puffs, you're going to do 2 singles. And now the rest of the pattern for this row is a single in the top of the puff, 2 singles in the space. Single in the top of the puff, 2 singles in the space. Single in the top of the puff, 2 singles in the space. It would help if my yarn didn't split. Single in the top of the puff, 2 singles in the space. Single in the top of the puff, 2 singles in the space, single in the top of the puff, and when you get to that last stitch, you're just going to put a single in that last stitch. And again, I'm a tight hooker, so some trouble there, but I got it. When you get to the end of, when you finish that row, it should be the same number of stitches that you have on rows 1 and 2. So I should have 21. Yep, I have 21. I'm going to cut these tails. They're distracting. And then when you get done that row, you do 1 more row of singles. Chain 1 and turn, and then you just do simple single crochet for that entire next row. And that's the repeat. I am now repeating. This is now considered the same thing we did in row 2. So what I'm doing here is the same thing as row 2. And then you do 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when you get to the very last stitch of your second row, going to lurk for a bit? All right, we will be here. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for popping in. When you get to that very last stitch, you just finished the flowers? Okay, do you want me to recap the next? Because I can always walk you through. What color do you want next? Yellow. Yeah, yellow's fine. Can't believe I'm dancing to this song. Recap it. You don't have to pull it out. Okay. So what you're going to do, so you've got all your flowers, you got your last puff stitch, and you have one stitch left over. You're going to put a double crochet into that stitch that's right after your puff. And that's in the same color as your puff. Then you're going to change your color to whatever you're using for your stripe, your frame, whatever you want to call this. You're going to add a new color, chain one, and turn. And when we do that, let me I'm gonna take my hook out real quick so it's easier for me. So we've added our white. You're going to chain one and turn. And in that very first stitch, you put a single crochet. In the top of your puff, you're putting a single crochet. And then in the space, you don't go into the chain, you go into the space between puffs, you put two singles. After you do those two singles, the top of your puff gets a single. The space gets two singles. The puff gets a single. The space gets two. The puff gets a single. Space gets two. And so on. To your very end of your row. When you get there, again, there's no rush. When you get there, you're going to put a single in the top of the puff. And then a single in the top of your double crochet that's at your edge. You posted yours? I can find the thing. Oh, wow. That looks amazing. We're going to show this real quick. That is Mickey's progress. That looks really cool. I like the colors. Okay. Oh, wait. So the first, no, there's no slip. There's no slip stitch. There's no slip stitch. Let me frog this out. I don't mind frogging out. Ignore the fact that I'm goofy and didn't realize I forgot a chain two between the puffs. Okay. Actually, no, it actually makes the flowers look fuller. Okay. So, I've changed my color to my white, and I'm chaining one and turning. Wrong vocabulary, the space between the double. Yeah, there should not be a space. There should not be a chain between that puff and that double. It should be a puff. When you did the pink, when you did your flower, it should be a puff and then a double. There's no chain between the puff and the double on the edge. That's the only difference, is the edge. The puff is right next to the double that forms the edge. The only spaces are between puffs. So this is a double, so there's no space. So it goes right into it. So there really shouldn't be, I mean, technically there's a space, but there shouldn't be a chain space. If that makes sense. Because at the beginning of the row, we did the same thing. We chained up and then immediately did a puff. There was no chain space between the turning chain and the puff. So again, chain one and turn. The first stitch gets a single, the puff gets a single, the space gets two singles, and then you repeat that pattern. Puff gets a single, space gets two. Puff gets a single, space gets two. It would help if my yarn was decent. You get it now? Yeah. No problem. And like I said, the pattern is in my Discord. That if you wanted to get back to it at some point, if you ever needed to reference it, I try to post all the patterns that I teach in my Discord in the pattern section. Now, again, to make certain you did it right, if you count your stitches for that row, it should be the same number of stitches at your first row. So basically, the multiple of 3 should be that number. And then you do another row of single, just like you would do in any other basic single crochet row. Nothing special about those rows. Anybody else that's working on this, does this make sense? I know it makes sense for Mickey. Mickey's being teacher's pet. Okay, so I'm going to do another repeat of it. So I got the end of my second row of my white, or whatever color that you would use. And now I'm going to cut now, and I'm going to get, Mickey's procrastinating, yeah. I'm going to get my leaf color. And you can actually use different colors of green. All your leaves don't have to be the exact same. You can get really creative. If you have a variegated green, that would look really, I wouldn't do it, I don't know if I would do a variegated green and a variegated color for whatever the blossom was. That might be a little too busy. So I changed my color to my leaf color, and then I chain up 3. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the leaf row below. Not the first one, but the second one gets a V. I'm not worried about weaving over my tails right now. I can weave them in later. You skip 2, do a V. Skip 2, do a V. I think the most difficult part is the row of the puff stitches. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Whoa. Wait. Here's my yarn stash for this project. There's more, but it doesn't vibe. Wait, for what project? For the project on this stitch? This is Mickey's little bit of a stash. Love those colors. And I recognize that ball winder. You want all different color flowers? Yeah. Now, if you are really confident and able to do it, this actually I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm actually at the time to do it. So I'm gonna do my last. Wish I had some, but a copper red where the white is as a terracotta kind of pop. Yes. That would look really cool. Using yellow for a little farm vibe. Yeah. Terracotta would be great. All right, so I'm going to put in my last stitch. I'm going to change colors. So I'm going to be a little daring. And I'm going to get out a couple different colors. And we're going to see if this works. I'm actually going to get out a lot of my colors I used for the Easter eggs that we did on Sunday. And this row, I'm going to change colors for each flower. That one would be good. I don't know about that one. That one, just looking at my scraps. Ooh, ooh. I got this purple variegated. That would be nice. We're going to give this a go. So, zoom out a little. So these are the colors, in addition to the pink that I've been using. I don't want the pink anymore. I'm going to start with the yellow. We're going to start with the yellow. I'm going to attempt to do, how many flowers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to attempt on this row each flower to be a different color. We'll see how well this works. So at the end of your first singles chain, do I go between the chain post and the puff? Wait. I'm at the end of your first row. Your first row. No. Well, okay. What I do. Let's zoom in. So you did a single in the top of your puff. Then this double crochet, it's technically a chain. In that double crochet, I put a single in the very top chain of that 3 chain. But not in between. I mean, if you put one in between, it's not gonna be that big of a difference. But you don't want 2. So you want 1 in the puff, and then 1 in the top of that stitch or that turning chain, whatever you want to call it. Technically, it's a turning chain because it's a chain 3. So in the very top of that, you put in 1 single crochet. If that makes sense. The only time you go into the space if it is between 2 puff stitches. Like here, there's 2 here. Oh, no problem. Okay, we're going to attempt to do this. And I'm going to have to change my color. This is where the crafty cub is going to have smoke coming out of his ears because I'm trying to uh, determine. So I got my first flower. I need two chains there. Do a chain. I can't do that. No. That's what we're going to do. This is how I'm going to do this. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm brainstorming here. This is not in the pattern. Oh my God, this song. Let me see if this will work. Okay. So I'm going to change color now, the end of this stitch. So let's do this. This is like a raspberry color. It's got a little bit of a sparkle to it. And this is some of the scratchiest yarn I've ever had in my life. I use a lot of scrap yarn. I don't throw any of it out. But oh no, there's no knot in it. Let's see how well this works. If it looks horrible, then it looks horrible. Okay. I'm not worried about weaving in my ends right now. One, two, three. We'll see how this works. Let's do a purple one now. Oh, this is double thickness. Well, you know what? I'm going to use double thickness. This is going to be a thicker flower, a puffier flower. Oh, did that wrong. Two, three. We got lots of tails. I'm going to try this orange color. I got to remember not to finish off the puff. I need to change color with the finish off. Oh, and it splits. I don't like this yarn. That might be Karen Simply Soft. I'm not a fan of that yarn. Two, three. I'm going to be a little strange. I'm going to have a blue one. Aren't that many blue flowers. Two, three. And I've got two more flowers to do. I'm going to do this pink. We'll see if this works. Or how well it works. Three. I'm going to use this variegated different shades of purples in it. Maybe there's some green. Oh, I forgot the chains. Oh well, you're not going to notice it. Would help if I was paying attention to the pattern. 2, 3. I'm going to put a double at the end. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to use some a brown. Wait, that's still connected. Gonna be a. This is a mess. Yes, there's gonna be so many ends to weave on this. Again, this is just a proof of concept. Don't know if this is actually something I would advise. This is where the Crafty Cub goes off the rails. I'm just using brown because I think a lot of that stitch, yeah. Ignore that pink one. That's not my best one. It's not my best one. I do need 2 stitches there because I didn't put a. Next is gonna make this using the smallest hook he has. That would be like a 1.15 millimeter hook, and no. So again, don't always think that this is Don't use this as a guide. This part, I'm just experimenting. I didn't want my garden to be boring, just one color flower. All right. Okay. Ignore the tails, but that kind of works. I'd have to weave everything in, but it kind of works. I mean, these stitches aren't the best. I'd have to take my time, but it's possible. Zoomed in as far as I can. I do a little bit better with a lot of this, but if you're brave enough, change them all out. And if you do that, that's another good way to use up your little scraps. I'm always trying to find ways to use up scraps. But you would continue it the same way. You do your 2 rows of single, your leaf row, your flower row, 2 rows of your singles, leaf, flower, and so on. That is the flower stitch from Natasia.com. They also have a YouTube video. I don't have a link for that. I mean, you can look them up. We've done some other things from Natasia before. If I remember correctly, back in the summer, back in August, if you were around, it's also on my YouTube channel. But we did all summery. We did a garden. And that was in August. That was in um, June, July, whatever it was. We did garden stuff. So we did squares, granny squares that were flowers, and then we did that was like for 2 weeks, that whole month, and then the next 2 weeks of the month were all insects and snails and like that. And the very end, we did a strawberry stitch. If you give me a second, I can show you the strawberry stitch that we did. I've got a big tote bag full of the samples that I've done on stream. Get you out of the way. Let's see if I can find the strawberry stitch real quick. Is that it? No, that's not it. You know what? We're gonna be. No, I was gonna throw these on the floor, but I don't feel like bending over to get them. But we've done all different things throughout the year, this past year. I gotta find my strawberries. Found them. So this is from Natasia.com also. Oh, it's not gonna like the red. But these are popcorns. It does have a right and a wrong, so that's the wrong side. It does have the right side. This is done in cotton yarn. So that's what we did. That was fun. So you can find that from Natasia. Cameras don't like. Oh, does not like it. I think I like it. It's cute, cute stitch. Again, I don't know if I would do exactly this, but you can probably change it a couple times, not necessarily every flower. That goes over there. We're going to switch gears, unless anybody still needs some help. If anybody still needs help with that pattern, I can talk you through it again. This away because I won't be able to access what I need. Crafty Cup has got a big old mess. Gotta find something to do with all these scraps. Not scraps, these samples that I've made. I was gonna say I'm beyond help, but as I'm not even gonna start the pattern, I think I'm safe. You could do it blue. You've done amigurumis, so you'd be able to do that flower stitch. You can make them longer and turn them into pot warmers or dress rags. Yes. Think I've got a steady flow? Yes. That's great. Yeah, play around with it and change out colors. And if you wanted, you could make the puff stitches bigger. So instead of like made up of three double, you can do a bunch of other ones. Let me double check something. Actually, I just read that. I think I taught you the puffs wrong, which is fine. Okay. I think I was doing puff stitches wrong. Think what we made there, which works, but that is, I think, known as a bobble. Because a puff, the crafty cub goofed. The crafty cub goofed. I made a variation of it. Hey there, Asher. How are you? Welcome in. I'm going to try to do a puff stitch the real way. Again, I don't do puff stitches that often. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not going to do the leaf part of this. I'm just going to... Yeah, I messed up. Draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Let me double check this. I'm not an expert. Even though I teach stitches on stream, I am not an expert. I do make mistakes. Oh, it's already been an hour? We're going to have another ad break. Everybody do some self care. And when we get back, we're going to see if the Crafty Club knows how to do the puff stitch correctly. So, um, doing well. I'm going to revamp my overlay and just make it myself. Be an endeavor. Yeah, all of mine I do myself. I don't do any um, pre-made overlays. We'll be right back in about 3 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. The Crafty Cub messed up. So I was not doing puff stitches correctly. I was doing bobbles, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with a bobble. So I'm making a smaller sample. I'm just using brown, the same green. I'm going to use a different, I'll use like a peach color. I don't like puffs. I don't do them that often. So that's why I did it wrong. But we're going to fix the mistake. So everything else is the same. Everything else is fine. It's just the blossoms. Forgive me, everybody. This peach color is going to be my flower. Okay. I had to actually get my book out to remind myself how to do a puff stitch. I should have looked at the pattern there. Okay. So to do a puff stitch, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop. Yeah. That's insert the hook, pull up a loop. Okay. This is how we're going to do the puff stitch again. Yarn over, go into the space, pull up a loop, 3 on the hook, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, 5 on the hook, yarn over, go into the same space, pull up a loop, 7 on the hook, yarn over through all 7. That's the puff stitch. What I was doing are bobbles. Bobbles work too. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, they're too easy to form, and I always have problems with puffs. It's small, but it's a great stitch. Yeah. Um, you post your, yeah, I'll check yours in a second. Again, don't do what the Crafty Cub did originally. Um, I'm going to do another row and finish this off, and we'll compare what they look like. And we'll check your, what you posted here in 1 second. Feel bad for messing that up. And into the top of the puff. Oh, did I even do 2? Yeah, I did 2 chains. 2 chains. Then in the top of the puff, 1, 2. In the top of the puff, 1, 2. Uh, and then in the top here, okay. Okay, just a side-by-side comparison, and I've corrected my mistake. This is bobbles. What I was teaching you was bobbles. So that's the bobble, which I like that variation. But these are the puffs. And I don't really like, I mean, I could make the puffs fuller, and they are puffier. There's a lot of space in between. What do you like better? Do you like the bobbles or the puffs better? Move a lot of that out of the way. Oh, it's not liking this. What? My camera? What is going on? Mine's the puff without the chain 2 in the middle. So you've been doing this, Mickey. You've been doing this here, right? Yeah, I like the bobbles better. They're easier to form. You read the pattern? Yeah, Mickey followed directions. I didn't follow directions in my sample, much less what I was doing. You forgot the puff, so I had to look at the cheat sheet. Yeah, yeah. I thought I knew. Again, I was. That's what again. That's what I get for just assuming and not remembering because I don't like doing puffs. I like them how they are puffy. They are thicker because puffs are thicker this way and bobbles are taller. Bobbles look better, but I like the color. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I do like the brown. I mean, I would change a different color of puff because it's too close to the brown. But that's just the yarn I had. Okay, well, you've got variations. We're gonna go and look at JP's sample. Ooh, I like your color combinations, and I like your stitching all the way around. I like that blue. Setting a pick, okay. Yeah, I like that a lot, and I recognize those colors. Those are a lot of the same colors you had in your hexy sweater. It makes you human to make mistakes, yes. And you know what? It's a variation. So it's not like this is wrong. It's just not what the pattern said. It's a variation. Gonna finish my rainbow. Yeah, would love to see it. I like this that if people are crocheting along and they're able to share um, what they're making, what their versions of it are. No way. Yeah, I like the bobbles better. I like the way I was teaching better. I'm not sure, sir. Sure if I'm in your server. I think. Actually, oh, thank you, Blue. I know. Juliet is in my server. Flowers are all. Yeah, flowers are all different shapes. I'm just gonna frog this out because I don't need to take out that brown. Most of them, not all, but a lot of my samples, I do frog out and reuse the yarn. Yeah, I like the bobbles better. And if anybody is interested in a really, really good reference for crochet stitches, and I've done a lot of these on stream here from this book, Crochet Stitch Dictionary by Sarah Hazel. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it everywhere that sells books, probably. Um, it's a really good reference. Bright colors, easy to read, and they give written instructions and chart diagrams and pictures of the stitches being done. So we've pulled a lot of um, stitches from there for Teaching Tuesdays. This one just happens to be from online. Yep, you're in my server. I'm gonna frog this out. Oh, and use that as scrap. I don't know how I feel about this monstrosity. Maybe if I took my time with it, it could work. But I tried. Posted it to the hobby hole in yours, but okay. Yeah, definitely. Way. Now let's put my. All right, let's see Chaos Divas version. Ooh. Okay, I like your color combinations. I like everybody's color combinations, but uh, that's really pretty. The variegated looks really nice. Yeah, I love what everybody's interpretation and how they're coming up with them. So we're gonna go walk through all of them quick. So this is chaotic, not chaos, chaotic divas. Um, this is JP's, and here is Mickey's. Very, very cool. Thank you, everybody. You're welcome, chaotic. Oh, I call you chaotic. It's catatonic. I'm sorry. Catatonic. Learn to read. Both read the pattern and the username. And I've been streaming for over a year. How did I make it this far? All right, we're going to switch gears, and I'm going to work on a commission piece. This was what I was talking about earlier. Um, was this? Let me see. Let me go back. Oh, love craftiness. Their skull blanket. Well, mentioned what I was working on would kind of go with it. I did this back in October. This is a free pattern. Let's switch the thing. Disable that. Enable this. If anybody wants this pattern, this is totally not not flowers. This is complete opposite in the spectrum. Exclamation point eyeball will get you this pattern. I'm not teaching this tonight, but it is a free pattern. It's from a blog called Stitch by Faye. Um, it's free. So if you come across this pattern and they're charging for it, don't buy it. Don't buy it because I was in another streamer's. Oh, that's actually the right. That's the pretty side. That's that's the back side. I was in another streamer's stream, and they were mentioning a website for some amigurumi patterns, and they were having a sale. And I was looking through, and I kept scrolling, and I saw this, and I'm like, the staging and everything looks familiar. So I went back to where I got it from. It was the exact picture, but the blog I got it from was free, and they were charging like only like $2 for the other on the other site. So I contacted the blog owner, and I said, "Are you connected to this site?" And that she was like, "No." And she went to their site and said, "Yeah, she's noticed a lot of other things on their site are stolen from other designers." So be very careful when you're looking for patterns and you're going to purchase them. Make certain that that person is the one who owns that pattern. It can be very difficult these days. So, but this is a free pattern. Again, exclamation point eyeball will get you it. It's great if you want to practice rounds. And what I'm going to be doing with this is I've been making a bunch of them. I've got 8 of them that have purple irises, 8 that have red. There's blue, green, yellow. Wait, red, yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, and gray. Yeah, there's gonna be 56 of them, and this is a commission piece. I've got this much more to turn into squares. So these are the gray ones and the brown ones, and they're all different shades of brown. So using up scraps, and then when they're all done, I'm going to stitch them all together in this same red color, and it's for a friend of mine. So she loves that Halloween aesthetic year round. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And I might have asked this beginning of stream, what is everyone else working on? What is everyone's doing? What is everyone else doing? Again, words. Gotta get ready to hang out, cooking stream with some friends. Thank you for the help and for the tutorial and the help. Oh, no problem. And thank you for being here. And congratulations again on getting affiliate. My goal is to get small streamers to affiliate and to help watch and support their channels to grow. So, like I said, if you're not following Catatonic Divas, go and check them out. I found them the other week. We wanted to find somebody to raid. I was looking for a smaller stream and came across them, and they are really good beans. And I'm glad that they're now affiliate. But you have a good hangout for your. You set a cooking stream, so if I see you on, I will have to pop in. I love this song. You scared me. Yeah. I welcome back. How was dinner? You laugh so much. Thank you, Mickey. How was dinner? How was your breakfast for dinner? Like I was saying, um, I used to be a huge Janet Jackson fan back in the day. Dinner's good. Yay. But yeah, I want to remind you that the Donkey Song collab is still going on. Um, if anybody wants to participate, send a video submission of you doing it. Um, change up the words, change up the hand movements, wear something silly. Doesn't have to be what I wear. Do it in a unique location. Get your friends and family to do it. And send it to me in a DM by April 1st. And then I will take all the submissions, put them into one big video clip that we will play periodically on the stream. And even after April 1st, if you are not certain if you want to participate and you see other people acting a fool, um, and you want to participate, send me submissions at any time, and I can always add them to what is already existing. Yes, I'm making something different. I'm working on a commission piece for a friend of mine. She wants an eyeball blanket, and this is a free pattern if anybody wanted it. You're still making flowers? That flower? Um, Mickey is playing in the garden. Okay. Okay. For anybody that was here during my two previous Maryland themed streams, you knew who was singing this. I kind of gave it. Well, I meant to say where is she from, but that would have given it away. Yeah, that this was for the first Maryland stream. Oh, you could barely hear it. Hey, unicorn farts, creepy eyes. I'm pretty good. How are you? Just great, settling to crochet, so my heart is happy. Yay! You were correct, Blue Raven. You are correct. We have. I don't have a winner. Um. Um. Maybe this will work. You are correct, Blue Raven. This is Tony Braxton. She actually grew up not that far from where I live. Oh yeah, I forgot I have a yay redeem on my stream. I don't even know what I have anymore. Oh, I almost forgot. So to remind everybody, this Friday, this Friday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over on my Discord in the voice channel, we're going to be having a movie watch party. Um, we're going to be watching Serial Mom. So if anybody has if they don't have anything that if they don't have anything to do that night or daytime, wherever it is in your time zone, and you want to hang out with us, bring a snack, a beverage, what have you, and settle in for a very humorous and kind of disturbing, but nothing too bad. It's bizarre, but it's one of my favorite movies. 5, 6, 7. Um, Serial Mom is a John Waters film. He's from Baltimore, and the movie was filmed here in Baltimore, in the Baltimore area. Hopefully, I should have my order from AliExpress to deal with. If it turns up as I've heard of, they're a scam, but fingers crossed. Some I've heard some things are actually legit on AliExpress. I've never ordered from them. I've never ordered from Wish. I've never ordered from Temu. Order from Wish, but I thought I'd give AliExpress a go. So it kept popping up in your. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little leery sometimes. Triple. It's more here. Two. Two chains. Oh, didn't mean to yell. Sorry. Mickey, if you were still here, two, three. Um, you said you have the Nightmare Before Christmas Amigurumi set, the one that you got me off of my wish list. Um, Sometime in April, if you're around on stream, I well, actually no. Let's put it this way. It doesn't have to be in April. It could be whenever. My idea is either I do it on stream, and if you want, you could do it yours along with long, or maybe we can do a collab stream if you're free whenever, possibly, and just hang out. And we can't really teach how to do it because it's a paid pattern, it's a paid thing. That's just my idea. If that's not something you want to do, that's fine too. 6, 7, and maybe just like one of the characters or whatever. Or we don't have to do the same one. Either do the same one, or we can do something different. Because I want to leave a lot of the other ones, maybe the ones that don't have the yarn for it. I'm going to do most of those in October on my stream. I've got something planned for October. Yes, it's only March, but I have something planned for October. So I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. In addition to doing those on stream. So October, I don't think I'm going to be teaching a lot. Got to see where we are for the new flooring because my boyfriend is probably moving his PC setup downstairs when he get back to streaming. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That's not a problem. I haven't even. I mean, I opened up to look at it, but I haven't. And I thumbed through the book. And if you don't, anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, only because the time I want to stream is always rating and wow. Okay, nope, that's fine. I get it. I totally get that. If you don't know what we're talking about, Mickey was such. Cub is slowly turning into Blue GPT with different streams playing. Oh, You have no idea, Blue. I've been planning my streams ever since I started streaming. Like I know what I'm doing for most of April already. Okay, I don't know about May yet, but yeah, April is pretty much planned out. I usually plan out a month in advance, but I've got a special thing for October. Anyway, but those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Mickey was a sweet bean. This was about a month or so ago. She purchased this for me off of my Amazon wish list, and again, nobody has to do any of that. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas crochet kit. It's got enough yarn to make Jack and Sally, and then it has 10 other patterns. Um, so all of the characters from Nightmare Before Christmas, plus a wall hanging with the little curly Q hill. So that's what I was mentioning. So my idea is, since she has this also, at some point, either crochet along on one of each other's streams, or we do a collab. And because I want to do collabs with people. I know I'm going to be doing a collab with Blue Raven in June. Um, possibly a collab with the Traveling Tatter. She is raising money for Parkinson's research. If you're over in the Traveling Tatter's stream or her channel page, there's information on all what she's fundraising. Every $300 that she raises to the Michael J. Fox Foundation, she's going to spin a wheel. And let me check something real quick. Bear with me, everybody. Okay, she's still at 300. She isn't time to spin the wheel. So every time that she gets $100, she spins a wheel, and on the wheel there's some giveaways. There's all different fun things, and one of the things is for me and her to do a collab stream, and I teach her how to crochet. So I'm going to be doing that collab, hopefully, if it lands on it. I got some other ideas with other streamers I haven't talked to yet that I kind of have some ideas possibly rattling around in this big old noggin. What if one of us does Jack and the other does Sally? If either needs help at a part, we could talk about it. Yes, that would be great. Yeah, because it gives you the yarn for Jack and Sally. And again, we can't teach this because it's a paid pattern. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And what size hook is that? It comes with a hook. Oh, sorry, Blue. It's a 3.25 millimeter, not a 2.5. Sorry. Send it back. Speaking of collabs and oh, speaking of doing the wrong stitch. Oh, I have a 2.5. I'm not doing with a 2.5. Speaking of collabs, I want, and they're not on board with it, but my friend Frog and Turtle Gaming, the one who got me into streaming, um, he plays video games of all sorts. I know nothing about video games. He knows nothing about crochet, and I want to do a collab stream with him, maybe two of them, where he teaches me how to play a video game that he likes, even though he hates playing video games with other people. Um, and then at a different time, I can teach him how to do some basic crochet. But he's not really on board with that. And if you want to see that, um, pop into his stream, and when he's on, say, hey, you need to collab with Cub. So it's listed right there. Just popped up in chat. It's Frog and Turtle Gaming, like the animals. A frog, like ribbit, like frogging, and turtle. All one word, Frog and Turtle Gaming. collab looks easy to set up. We'll confirm in May when I get a new toy, your gaming PC. Okay. Yeah, I heard it's not too difficult to do. But like I said, I've got April all planned pretty much. Um, Sundays, besides the Maryland stream, Sundays are going to be a little different. We're going to try some other things on the stream. This song, wow. I remember them playing this song at the bars and the clubs in the early 2000s. I am that old. Yes, I am. Yeah, but they would still play it in the early 2000s. Runaway is a song by German Euro dance and pop music project Real McCoy, also known as MC Sar and the Real McCoy. Yes. Yeah, they would still play this in the like very early 2000s in the nightclubs. Well, the one nightclub I would go to. I didn't go to it that often, but occasionally I did. Yes, the Crafty Cobb used to go to nightclubs. Right about the time I learned how to crochet. Wow. I did not crochet at the nightclub. I was not crocheting on the dance floor. And yes, there was a time that the Crafty Cub could dance. Well, could physically dance. I don't know if I was any good at it. I'm running out of black yarn. I've got some set aside for a project. I mean, I could dip into that. That's fine, because I'm not going to get to that project soon. It's a long term project. Every time I hear people say that they went clubbing in the 2000s, all I can hear or see is Kevin and Perry Go Large, Big Fish, Little Fish. I don't know that song or that reference. All right, I got another square squared. 6, 7, and 8. Okay. I want to make certain I'm doing this right. Sheryl Crow, whatever happened to her? You never hear her music anymore. I mean, it's a lot with a lot of artists. Getting tired of saying eyeballs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Wasn't counting right. Double, double, triple, 2 triples, 2 chains, and 2 triples. Two, 1, 2, 3. I need to do a fingy stretch. No. Triples, a triple, 2 doubles, 3 half doubles. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There is a triple. And next we do the 2 triples, 2 chains, triples, do another triple, double, double, and then a half, half and a half, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's the triple. Double and a double, half double, a half double, half double. Okay. I need to take a fingy stretch break. Two, 3, 5, 6, 2, 3, double, double. I'm getting a little hungry. I think when I finish this square, you might find somebody to raid out to. Double, double. Four, 5, 6, 7. I have an extra stitch. Not that big of a deal, but I will do a decrease there. They played this song way, way too much back in the day. Hands are cramping because I want to get the square done. Then all I have left is the 8 brown ones. And then the embroidery. Then joining them together. Which I thought I made a little schematic of what order I want to put these in, but I think I lost it. So I have to come up with it again. Oh, if anybody has any suggestions for movie night in the future, pop those in the suggestions channel on the Discord, and I can take this into consideration. Kind of know what we're going to be watching next week, I think. I think I want to do it on a weekly basis on Friday nights, if or whatever times and days work for the best for everybody, so we can always move it. Films, what films don't you watch? I'm not a big fan of a lot of horror and gory films, like slasher films. I mean, I like scary stuff, but if a lot of blood and gore, I find it. I don't find it disgusting. I find it boring. That's just me. Man, I'm open to all different types. I don't watch that many superhero movies, but I can take that into consideration. Oh, this song. I'm laughing at this song because I have a friend. English is not his first language, but we were hanging out online, and he was singing to this, and he thought they were singing "I'm a crepe," like the French pancake. We're like, no, I'm a creep, not a crepe. It was like this running joke. Alrighty, the gray eyeballs are pretty much done. Gotta do a slip stitch here. All the gray ones are squared up. So all I need left to do are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these 8 brown. Alrighty, we're gonna go and find somebody to raid. I have no idea who was on. I have not been paying attention. I don't think I'm even lurking into anybody's streams. Oh, possibly. Let me go and take a look real quick to see who is around. Um, playing a game. I know who we're gonna raid to. Hey there, hey Moth, how are you? Welcome in. Uh, yeah, wait a minute. Let me check something before we write in. Give me a moment. No, I don't think we're going to write into them. Let me double check something. What are they doing? Hmm. I've been good. Yep, I kind of messed. I was teaching a stitch. I was teaching this floral stitch, this like flowers lined in a row. And when I got done, I realized I was doing the blossoms wrong. And I went to go do it right, and I like it this way better. So my mistake actually was it does look like a watermelon layer cake. That wasn't my intention. Yeah, they're flowers. Yes. Yes, they're like little flowers lined up in a row. A little garden. Okay, everybody, we're gonna. Yeah, I know who we're gonna go and raid. Thank you. Yeah, it's not my pattern. It's from Natasia.com. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me tonight. And again, I want to congratulate um, Catatonic Divas for getting affiliate. Let me shout them out again. I don't know if they're in my. Yes, they're still lurking here. Go and follow them. Great, great streamers. They crochet. They make a lot of items on stream that they're going to put into their shop. So I'm so happy to help get them up to affiliate. The Mocha community, um, me and a couple other, maybe about three or four other Mocos have done that. So that's what the community is. Not just Mocos. That's just makers and crafters here on Twitch. It's all about is supporting other creators. Speaking of supporting other creators, we're gonna raid into somebody. Um, Before we do that, I'll be on Thursday night. I'm going to work more on the butterfly needlepoint, and then after my portion, Granny Karen will be on. So you'll get a two for one on Thursday. Check out all my socials in the about section of the stream. Um, Wait a minute. Wait. We're gonna snooze that. It wants to go to add. Let me get the raid calls. So that is the raid call for any follower. Anybody can use that. And I'm going to get the sub raid call. This is the sub raid call for subscribers. Please copy those to let the streamer know who we are. And I will be on again, like I said, Thursday. We're going to go raid Inventor Evan. A great, great streamer. They are doing they're working in the wood. They do woodworking. They do stuff with a CNC machine. They 3D print. They do all different types of things. In addition to that, I don't know if you can see that well on my screen. I'll make it larger. I gotta make it in front of me too. Come on. They will be on the Traveling Tatters raid train. They'll be on right after I do, so I will raid into them on the 1st of April. I think they are going to be trying to learn how to tat on stream. So that's going to be fun and interesting. I can't wait for all of the streamers that are going to be a part of that. I'm excited. It's going to be a day full of tatting and I want to watch everybody's stream. So give them a follow, hang out with them for a little bit, and I will be on again, like I said, Thursday. And as I always say, oh, I gotta wait for the raid to start. As I always say,